So let's look at this problem from Revision Village. It's again a problem related to Venn diagrams and probability. Let's see what it has to offer. A group of students at a college were surveyed. They were asked which foreign languages they spoke at a conversational level. And the following results were received. 22 spoke Spanish. So let's call this set as who spoke Spanish, and that turns out to be 22. 35 spoke French. Let's call this set as F, and 35 spoke French, and 5 spoke Chinese. So set C, Chinese, 5 spoke Chinese. 6 spoke Spanish and French. Okay, Spanish and French is this area. 6 spoke Spanish and French. 2 spoke French and 2 spoke French and Chinese. And 2 spoke Spanish and Chinese. And we have 1 spoke Spanish, French, and Chinese. That's easy to locate. So this region here, 1 spoke Spanish, French, and Chinese. 2 students spoke only Chinese. So only Chinese is this one. So 2 spoke only Chinese. And 7 did not speak any foreign languages. So say anything outside these 3 circles is 7. Now we can easily fill out the other regions here. So if you look at this region, so S intersection F is 6. So if you look at this alone, it's going to be 6 minus 1, which is 5. So 5 plus 1 adds up to 6. Similarly, 1 plus 1 add up to 2 here, and 1 plus 1 add up to 2 here. So 22 spoke Spanish. So how many spoke Spanish only? Spanish only is 22 minus 7, which is 15. How many spoke French only? 35 minus 7. 5 plus 1 is 7. So 35 minus 7 is 28. Okay, so that's all. So we have a Venn diagram representation. Now, how do you find the number of students who were surveyed? For this, you can forget about these numbers here. And now you will add the remaining. 15 plus 5 plus 28 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 2 plus 7. They add up to 60. You can verify. Just need to add these numbers up. Next part asks to shade the set S intersection F intersection C prime. So what does it mean? How many of them spoke Spanish and French but not Chinese? Who spoke Spanish and French, so S intersection F intersection C prime. So C prime is C complement is anything outside C. So this is the region which we are looking at. S intersection F intersection C prime. Now how many students are there? So next question is, what is the number of elements in this set? How many elements are there in S intersection F intersection C prime? So it's evident here, which is 5. So we have shaded and we have written down the number here. Now we come to the probability questions. A student is chosen at random from those surveyed. Calculate the probability that this student spoke Spanish. Who spoke Spanish? So it can be only Spanish, both Spanish and French, both Spanish and Chinese, and all three as well. That's right. So we're looking at 15 plus 5 plus 1 plus 1, which is we already have it as 22. So 22 spoke Spanish out of 60. So you can even reduce this further and give your answer as a decimal. Now, how many? So, what's the probability that the student spoke Chinese? Student spoke Chinese, given that this student did not speak French. So, did not speak French is the catch here. So, F is who all speak French. So, F complement of our F prime is those who do not speak French. So how do you calculate that number? How many don't speak French? F complement. So it's going to be 60 minus 35. 35 speak French. Okay. So the remaining is 25. So number of people who do not speak French is 25. And in that, how many spoke Chinese? Understand the question? In that set, how many spoke Chinese? In F prime, F prime, where the set is. Anything outside F, okay? In that, how many spoke Chinese is the question. So how do you answer that? So you're looking at who spoke Chinese, okay? This has to be included. Who spoke only Chinese? Only Chinese is 2. And we also have to include how many spoke Spanish and Chinese, but not French here again. We're not including people who speak French. So that's it. So we've included who speak Chinese and who speak both Spanish and Chinese, but not French. Okay. So we are looking at number of people who speak Chinese. C intersection F prime. Okay. So number of people who speak Chinese intersection F prime. Okay. That is going to be 3. So 3 out of 25, right? 3 out of 25 is the probability that the student will speak Chinese but not French. Okay. Now the last part, third part, calculate the probability that this student spoke at least 2 foreign languages. So at least means 2 or more than 2 languages. So 2, or it can also be 3 languages. Okay, so we're looking at 5 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1, which turns out to be 8. 8 over 60, right? Out of 60, you have 8 people who speak at least 2 foreign languages. Again, you can still further reduce to a decimal and give your answer as a decimal. Part F, something which we have not discussed, we'll discuss it later. Okay.